We used to have quite a big, thriving group a few years ago. 2 or 3 meetings a week and lots of people, and then I had to go to finish my degree in the university, so I cut back, and then COVID came, and then I was due to move to Singapore, so the whole group stopped. And most people moved away, actually, since then. Nearly everybody has disappeared, gone back home, and so...
Everybody went to the mattress.
So that's why this is the last vestiges of once thriving...
Quite proud Bangkok summer. But we'll come back with the phoenix of Asia.
It comes and it goes, and,
Yeah, for sure.
you know. Yeah.
I remember 6 years ago I was here as well, pretty busy. It was not here, it was another place. I
Right.
remember. But you should not come too late because then you have to squeeze in and try to find a place. Because people were living in.
That was in Ekamai, right?
No, it was
Oh, Aryason.
near to Soy Cowboy, I think, that direction.
Rojana, but that's a huge place. The smaller one was in Ekamai, and then also in Sukhumvit Soi Won. The one by Soy Cowboy was Rojana Center. That's a huge place.
In my memory, it was 6 years ago, so
Okay.
it's always pretty busy. Right?
Yeah, but it takes a lot of work to do that, a lot of input. And I was supposed to move to Singapore. The abbot there keeps inviting me to go move there. So after COVID, I sent him a message, say, I'm ready, I'll go. And he says, like, who are you again? And then he said, yeah, I want you to come, but I'm not sure. And so I didn't go. I should go in January or something. I'll go and scope it out again and see. Okay, so we'll sit together first, this event being meditate with a monk, so there's a chance to sit and further your practice. Is anybody new to meditation? You all look like you've done it before. Okay, so good. So settle yourself into your meditation posture. Any way that you can sit that's comfortable is okay. So do follow your regular meditation system or practice. Be willing to observe and be with whatever state of mind it is that arises, so that you witness in the present moment clearly. If your mind is bright or dull, concentrated or scattered, if your mind is thinking about things, if your mind is sleepy, if your attention is being grabbed by present moment phenomenon, the feeling of the body, the sounds of the ears. It's very important for all meditators to be accustomed to the patient endurance when the mind does not seem to cooperate, when your concentration doesn't work. The key quality to develop when all else fails, patient endurance, and keep trying. My many years as a monk, I saw so many people come, practice, meditate, to ordain, and try so hard. Lots of effort for trying, but not so much for patient endurance. So you keep re-establishing mindfulness. There is a difference in the mind when you are focused on an object or a thing, a sight, a sound, a smell, a touch, a thought, a memory, the breath even. It's a difference when your mind is caught up and tight with that object. It's called kamma bhava, or bhava, becoming, conscious engagement. And that moment when mindfulness returns, when suddenly you become aware of yourself again, you look around, you think, what was I doing? What should I do? Where should I put my attention? But this moment of waking up, or coming back to yourself, or awareness, mindfulness arising, this is the key quality we try to develop. You should note it, cherish it, welcome it. The temptation is always in meditation to find something to absorb into the breath, or visualization, or memory, or just let the mind go dull, sleepy, let everything shut down, give up conscious awareness. And then it feels like maybe the meditation was quite good. But that is not the quality of mindfulness. Sati sampajanya. Sati means to recollect, to recall, to hold in the mind. Sampajanya, your own awareness. Sati, sampajanya together are called mindfulness. Recollection of your own awareness. Recollection of this wakefulness. That's why with meditation we become willing to start again and again and again. Constantly the mind wanders off, gets lost or absorbed in something, even the meditation object. Constantly we remember, we wake up, we return awareness, that waking up, returning. Recollection is what we're trying to develop. Make much of it. It will lead you far away from yourself, and your thoughts, and your ideas, and your politics, and your history, and your viewpoints, and lead you into that mystery, that bright, vibrant, pulsating awareness, which mystics and saints and sages throughout the ages, in all countries, in all religions, have taken themselves out of society, gone to the forests, the mountains and the deserts, quiet places, and returned this attention to that beautiful white fire, that vibrant mystery. So we'll sit together for another 10-15 minutes or so. So for the last 5 minutes of the meditation, turn the attention to the idea of loving kindness. Setting your attention solidly within your body. Igniting this fire, brightness, clarity. And radiating out with good wishes, our prayers for other people, loving kindness, unconditional hope, wish, feeling. May all beings be at ease. May all beings be free from suffering. Any way that you can use to trigger, to arouse this beautiful state of mind is okay. You can use the words or visualization, trying to foster and arouse, encourage this beautiful state of mind that has unconditional love. Sharing with the people in this room, radiating. The people you know, the people you don't know, near or far away, seen, unseen. May all beings everywhere be free from suffering. Sabhe buddha balapatta pachekanancha yang balang arahanta nancha tejena rakang bandami sabhaso sabha buddha nupavena sabha dhamma nupavena sabha sangha nupavena sattha soti bhavantu te. Okay, so relax your posture. So, when I became a monk, I had these great expectations. I was very gung-ho and very determined. Not so much as other people, maybe. Some of the other people who ordained were very religious, very devout. I was more interested in building, organization. I like to be active. And one of the questions that I had as a beginner was, which is the correct form of meditation? Because there is a feeling that, well, any way that you can meditate is okay. This is my meditation, works for me, and that is your meditation, works for you. There's a lot of merit in this idea. We are all trying to figure it out. We're all trying to work out life, universe, and everything. What was it in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? The solution to the entire universe and life, was it 42? Something like, was that the right number? 42? We're all trying to find that 42, what is the right way? So I practiced with different systems, and some teachers said, focus on the breathing at the nose, top of the lip, feel the air coming in and out. It's easier in England than it is in Thailand. Here it's so hot and the breathing just stops. You can't feel anything. Then other teachers said you focus on the rising and falling of the abdomen. I remember very clearly I had this experience. I was focusing here, and then my face sank down. And my face appeared here, and my face was doing this with my abdomen. I thought, oh, this is it. This is meditation. I'm really doing it. I reported it, the experience, to the teacher. He said, you must have good concentration. He said, my concentration isn't that good. I was like, wow, I'm better than the teacher. Then some people said, meditate with your eyes open. I didn't like that. That was, get too sleepy. Meditate with your eyes closed. Which is the correct way? Which way will get you enlightened faster? Which way is going to take you in the wrong direction? What if I meditate on my stomach and I should be meditating on my nose, and I go for years and years and years and then find out I was doing it wrong? Some use visualization. You can use colors, light. Traditionally in Buddhism we use dead bodies. There will be ones, I think somewhere in Banari, these are pretty creepy, but we have skeletons, and sometimes you go and meditate on skeletons. Some Thai temples we have real skeletons of real bones. We can use this as a meditation object. Which is the right way? There's a story from the time of the Buddha of a monk who was told to meditate on dead and dying and decaying bodies. So he'd meditate on the idea of like visualization of a decaying body. And sometimes people would die and they bring them to the temple and they leave them there, and you can watch them day by day as they decay. This particular form of meditation is not so popular these days. It's probably illegal in America. Probably gets sued for traumatizing yogis in America. And then this particular monk, he came and saw the Buddha, and the Buddha looked into his past lives and saw in his previous lives he'd always been a goldsmith or jewelry maker. So he said, visualize your body as made from pure gold. And then that man, he got enlightened. So we use this story to point out that there really isn't one correct meditation method. However, there is a point where you have to stop using methods of meditation, because whatever form of meditation you are doing, will be focusing on a particular object, making my mind like this and not like that. So I have this mantra, like this, not that. What that means is I'm focusing on this as an object and not everything else. Right now I can focus on the air conditioning. I can focus on the monk beside me. I can focus on my abdomen. If I'm focusing on my abdomen, I'm not listening to the sounds in my ear. If I focus on the sounds in my ear, then I'm not feeling the feeling in my foot. If I'm feeling the feeling in my foot, I'm not remembering a traumatic event from my childhood. If I'm remembering a traumatic event from my childhood, I'm not focusing on loving kindness. It's very important to note. This is the way the mind actually works. If you pay attention to it, it moves like a spotlight from one thing to another thing to another thing. And when it's on this thing, it's not any other thing. It's this, not that. So when we do meditation, the meditation object becomes this meditation object, not that other stuff. So if you have a lot of thoughts in your mind, as most people do, it can become traumatic or heavy, can scatter your attention, drain your energy. The Buddha said, thinking, even good thinking, will make the body tired. When the body is tired, it will not concentrate. So what you do is you find a meditation object. You use a mantra, visualization, physical feeling of the breath here or there. That dampens out what you were experiencing, the mind, the thoughts, the dis-ease. And now you've replaced it with another object of attention, which is calmer, sweeter, more beautiful. The breath is quite beautiful when you pay attention to it. According to Buddhism, neutral experiences are beautiful when you experience them, but not if you don't experience them. I won't explain that, I'll just leave that with you. It's an interesting idea. So by putting your attention onto your meditation object, you get a feeling of increased peace, increased ease. You get the feeling of you can step out of your normal life and now sit with this object. And whatever object you put your attention on, your mind will take on that characteristic. The breath is quite neutral, it's quite sweet, it's quite repetitive, it's quite soothing. Or as my preceptor used to say, it can console the mind. If you put your attention onto loving kindness, it can become quite bright, quite energetic, can feel quite beautiful. It's called in Buddhism, Sobhana Citta, beautiful state of mind. But it's this, not that. It's this loving kindness, not the breath, not my thoughts, not my history, not my future. So all of the meditations that are given, eyes open or eyes closed, on the breath or on the feeling of the seat or the feeling of the body, visualization, these are all just finding another object, and having this object to replace that object. After a while, it starts to dawn on the meditator that your progress is slight. This stark, powerful, radical transformation. Quantum leap, if you like, different way of being. That was enlightenment. That the Buddha and other saints and sages have all attested to. That is not just another object of mind. If you can perfect your attention on the breathing, what you have gained is the ability to put attention onto your breathing. If you perfect visualization of light or color, what you have attained to is just a perception of light or color. Some perceptions are better than others. This insight into the way the mind picks up one perception, drops, goes on to another perception, should arouse wisdom, because then you start to question, what are you putting your attention on? How do you spend your day? If you pay attention to the news, then you're going to get agitated. The news is designed to agitate, to draw you in, to tribalize, pit people against each other, my group versus that group. It's designed to, especially the modern day news. You know, in the old days of Byzantine Empire, which was the Roman Empire that as it went to Byzantium, they had a centuries-long battle between two groups called the Blues and the Greens. This is true, look it up. And the Blues would hate the Greens and the Greens would hate the Blues, and nobody could actually say what the difference is between them. But it's my group, those dirty, filthy, disgusting Greens, and the Greens would be those awful Blues. The colour-coded politics. This divided the Byzantine Empire horribly. They'd fight and kill each other. So, what you put your attention onto will determine that state of mind, will determine the kind of person or kind of life that you start living. If you put your attention onto fluffy kittens, after a while you start to become happier. If you